Hello YouTube, my name is Hero, and today we're going to be discussing the GameZBD Starter Guide. Now in this guide we're going to be discussing what you should be doing in order to get the best and fastest start on progressing your character on the private server. A lot of people have been requesting this guide from me, so here we go. This guide is going to be pretty much everything that I did. Keep in mind you don't have to do every single thing that I did in order to get to where I am now, but it is very helpful for people who don't really know much about the private server or Black Desert in general. Of course, if you do know a lot about Black Desert, you're gonna speed through this. But if you're newer and maybe haven't had as much experience in the late game of BDO, clearly you're gonna need a little bit more handheld holding. So I'll make sure to take it slow for you guys. Also, I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch at LOL Hero Twitch. Go follow me. Link is in the description. Let's get into the guide. And when you first start playing GameZBD, you're definitely going to want to pick a character that you know you're going to want to stick around with. I always recommend that, but obviously you can have as many alts as you like. But for your first character, you definitely want it to be a character that you want to play. A lot of people pick a class just because they heard that they're good at farming. That's not a bad idea, but I don't really think it's necessary. I never have. I'd say just pick a class that you think is really good. A lot of classes on this server are very well balanced and very good, especially because you can get gear easily. The only issues, a few of them, Tamer has a lot of issues. I'd recommend you don't play Tamer, not because she's bad, but just because she has a lot of issues on this server, unfortunately. Supposedly Witch and Wizards have issues, but I've seen my fair share of Witches and Wizards shredding in PvP, so I don't think they're that bad. If every other class I've seen is fine, only Tamer seems to be having a lot of issues on this server. So that's just my advice to you, but who knows, those issues may be fixed sooner or later, and they may not even be that big. I don't know much about Tamer. I just know that a lot of people say that she has a lot of issues, and I've seen them myself. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about classes. So when you start playing GameZBD or BDO in general, really your first goal should be to get to level 50 so that you can start progressing. And GameZBD, you cannot be power leveled when you're 10 levels lower than the person who is power leveling you, as long as you're below level 50. So there's no way for someone to power level you. You're gonna have to kind of do it yourself, but it's pretty easy. So I'm gonna give you a lot of tips on how to do it. So first of all, you just wanna start off by doing your Black Spirit quest. If you want to follow this quest all the way up until you get to the point where you are at the Ancient Stone Chamber and you complete all the quests in the Ancient Stone Chamber, this will unlock your ability to enhance, which you will need, and after that you never have to touch a main quest again if you choose not to. The main quests are pretty much a waste of time, and I wouldn't bother with them at all, especially not on this server, because everything you get from them you can buy with the free pearls you get. Speaking of free pearls, you're going to be receiving free pearls every 30 minutes. Make sure you pop a pearl box every once in a while so you can get a free Common buff that stacks with the original Common buff, so that's very important. Also, you're going to want to use your pearls on these things. You're going to want to get 5 pets as fast as possible. Then right after that, you're going to want to get some inventory slots, and you're going to want to get some inventory slots, and then you're going to want to rank your pets up. And you also probably going to want to get a value pack, but you get a lot of free value packs when you first start, so don't worry about too much about that. Okay, so after you get your Ancient Stone Chamber quest complete and you have the ability to enhance, then you want to start grinding. Now the first thing you can do is just literally kill anything you see, because you're close to Calpheon. You want to make this as fast as possible, so I'd say kill some of these trees outside of the Ancient Stone Chamber. You should already be around level 20 anyway, so just kill a few of these trees, get yourself to like level 23, 24. If you got a horse, I believe you get a horse for free. Make sure you register it at Western Guard Camp and take that horse, and you can go over here to these Calpheon bully guys, bandits. They're called bandits, and you want to kill these to about level 32, level 33. It doesn't take long, right? And then you want to go to Calpheon. Now as soon as you get to Calpheon, hopefully you've gotten enough money to do this, but as soon as you get to Calpheon, you want to buy this weapon from this guy right here. It's a pretty good weapon. It's great. It got 2 slots, and I got accuracy, even though you really don't need accuracy, but whatever. Got some AP for you. So, and then you want to go to the repair guy right here, and you want to buy his accessories. So you buy all this stuff. It's going to give you some decent AP, and you don't really have to worry about much else. This guy also will sell you some offhands, you know, if you need that too. So after you've gotten that, then you've gotten to around level 32, 33. Now you want to go to catfish. Now I know you're thinking usually it's a little early to go to catfish at this point, but because you don't really need accuracy on this server, you can start hitting catfish very early. I'd say like around level 30, 35 at the latest you should go to catfish. There are going to be some other people here, so hopefully you might be able to even get a group going. But if you can't, just try to kill some catfish. All you have to do is kill a few of them, and you're gonna like level up like crazy, you know, because it's just so much EXP. And once you reach level 40, just etc., you know, it's gonna be easy. It's gonna get easier and easier to kill catfish, right? Because you keep leveling up. Just keep killing catfish until you hit level 50. You do the level 50 quest. Level 50 quest unlocks the ability for you to go beyond level 50, so you must do it. It's just simply killing a boss at catfish. Shouldn't be too hard for you. You might have been getting some loot while you were killing catfish, so you can make sure you sell that into NPCs so you can get some silver if you need it. And once you hit level 50, now the next thing I recommend you to do is go straight to witches. Now witches is Hex Sanctuary is right by catfish, so it's not a far walk. The reason why I recommend everyone go to witches is because, well, first of all, they drop witch earrings, and witch earrings are always going to be very highly wanted on this server. Even if they don't sell immediately, everybody wants them because they are best in slot earring, because tongue grade earrings are like ridiculously hard. So everybody's going to want these earrings. On top of that, you could burn them for sharps. On top of that, at Hex Sanctuary, they drop relic shards very often, which you can use to do scrolls to get memory fragments. And if worse comes to worse, you can sell the memory fragments if you really need money. Hex Sanctuary also drops witch scrolls, which like summons the boss, the witch boss, which you can also get scrolls from and even a witch earring from. So it's just a great place to grind. Honestly, it's amazing. Like I don't know why people say like the mob density is trash. I understand that, but at the end of the day, there's no better place for you to grind at this point in the game at all, because of the loot table. The loot table here is just so vast and good, you know, and you get to a weekly boss summon on top of that. Is just too good. So you want to keep doing witches for a very long time, and as you're doing it, you want to especially sell the witch earrings. Don't use them, sell them. If you can't sell them fast enough, make them to pry, then sell them. You can also join a group and do special deals. They'll drop, but they'll drop price and sell on the special deals 100%. So that's one way to do it. But you basically just want to grind witches until you get enough money to start buying things. Now, once you get enough money to start buying things, the first thing you clearly want to buy is your Zaka. You want to buy a Zaka, and you want to start enhancing a Zaka. You want to always keep your weapon stones and armor stones. Never sell them on this server. They're very hard to come by, so never sell weapon stones and armor stones. And use those weapon stones and armor stones to enhance your Zaka, and the memory fragments you get from the scrolls farming at Hex to enhance your Zaka. You want to get a Zaka. Zakas are not hard to get. Just put every single plus of the Zaka you need on Notify, and you'll see them go up. Very common, especially after a Zaka dies. I wouldn't recommend going to a Zaka yourself. I mean, you can, but it just takes so much time, you know. And not only that, but you might not even get anything because your AP is so low and the boss dies so fast, you don't have a chance to really register. But if you really want to, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. So keep killing keep killing bosses and hexes and stuff like that, and witch bosses and stuff like that, and make sure you get your Zaka up as high as you possibly can. And you want to get your Zaka up, and you want to get an AP offhand. Now the AP offhand comes from the drops from Hex. Hex Sanctuary actually has trash loot that you can trade into this guy at Calpheon that you went to earlier for the AP offhand, since they're very hard to get on the marketplace sometimes, which is just amazing. Like I said, Hex is the best place to go, period. So you take this and you get the AP offhand. Now you have free AP offhands unlimitedly, pretty much, as long as you grind Hex, and you trade those in. And you trade those in with this guy, and you upgrade your durability on your AP offhand. You get to go. So say you got your AP offhand a plus 15, you got your Zaka up, you want to start going for prize Zaka, you want to start doing stuff like that. I don't really think you need that, but maybe you do. It depends. You want to start getting some DP too. I'd say you want to get the you can get the roaring chest plate thing from the quest line if you know how to do that, but that takes a while. Or you can get some heave, you know, you can get some, just any kind of armor, grenade, whatever is on the market abundantly, just so you can get some DP. But definitely you want to get as much free DB as possible from the quests and stuff like that if you really know how to do that kind of stuff. I'm not really familiar with the quests for the DP armor because I've never done it, but it is a very good investment on this server to look into that. So once you've gotten a decent amount of DP, I'd say around 150, and a decent amount of AP, I'd say around 120, you should have been grinding witches and gotten a level 56 just from grinding there. But if you haven't, you know, you can always just go to Catfish, or you can head over to Media, go to Helms, and get to 56. Now this is where you unlock your awakening. Now I know you guys are saying, why didn't I go get my awakening first? Well, the thing is, you won't always have someone that's willing to help you with your awakening quest. I only had that because, well, you know, I have a stream up and there's a lot of people willing to help me, but you might not find someone willing to help you. So this guide is more for people being self-sufficient and handling themselves. If you can find someone who can power level you, obviously this guide doesn't matter, but this is for the person who's playing alone and needs to get shit done, you know, and doesn't have time to spam server chat waiting for someone to come help him. So with that being said, go do your awakening quest, get your awakening. Obviously you gotta do the quest line, whatever the quest is, get your awakening. And once you've gotten your awakening, now you want to upgrade that blue one to plus 15 or whatever, or get a dandelion, whichever one. If you can get a dandelion, if you can get your hands on the dandelion, go ahead and do that. If you can't, then go ahead and upgrade the blue one to plus 15. There's plenty of blues on the marketplace you can use with artisan memory to get 3 times durability, so it's very easy to enhance them. Not really a big deal. All you need is the stones. So once you've gotten that and you've gotten your awakening, now you want to go back to witches until you get to around 150 AP, completely doing the same process of farming memory fragments, of farming witch earrings and selling them. If they don't sell, make them to pry and then sell them, and completing that that cycle over and over again until you've gotten to around 150 AP. When you've gotten to 150 AP, you can stay at witches, but at that point you've pretty much graduated. You're free to go somewhere else. And the next place I highly recommend you going to would be Saucon Garrison. Just kidding. No, Saucon is trash. Never go to Saucon. What I meant to say was Nagas. Now you guys know I love Nagas on NAE, and Nagas are very good here too. They have a very high chance of dropping Seraph's necklaces. You also get a lot of scrolls here, and you get a lot of EXP, etc., etc. This place is great. You can definitely make a lot of money grinding Nagas, but if you aren't getting luck with the Seraph's drop, you will lose money compared to what you have done at witches. But I mean, it really all comes down to the scrolls. The scrolls are the guaranteed money on this server. They don't sell, but the memory fragments do. So if you do the scrolls and sell the memory fragments, you're going to make a killing. That's how I make a lot of money on this server, because you don't really need as many memory fragments as you think, because you have unlimited artisans. So you can definitely farm Seraphs, and you can also go to Fogans if you want to, but I recommend Nagas at this point, because your DP is so low and stuff like that. You don't want to go all the way out in the desert and get killed and all kinds of stuff like that when you're right next to the town at Nagas. So you want to grind Nagas around 150 AP, 160 AP, and once you've gotten your AP a lot higher from selling stuff, now you want to start investing in yourself. You definitely want to start getting some tries. Your weapons you should be trying to go for try at all times on your weapons, your armor too. And once you've gotten try weapons and try armor, at that point it's the RNG game. You know, it's time to start going for pins, time to start going for TED and stuff like that. What you can do once you've gotten full try weapons is you can go to Crescent Shrine and start grinding there. I've grinded Crescent Shrine and I've grinded Fogans, both with an item drop scroll, which, by the way, with your free pearls you can buy a 4,500 value pack, the 90-day value pack, which gives you an item drop rate increase, 10 scrolls, so it's 10 hours of item drop rate increase, which is very good. I grinded Crescents and Fogans with both of those, with one active for an hour each, and these are my results. And as you can see, Fogans was way better, and this is not the only time I tested this. Fogans just has a better drop rate of Seraphs than Crescents has a better drop rate of rings. That's why rings are completely sold out and Seraphs are not. Rings are very hard to come by. So if you want to start grinding rings, you can, but rings, crescent rings and basilisk belts are things that you're going to need yourself to enhance. So I really wouldn't recommend selling those. If you ever find one, I would definitely keep it, because they're just so hard to come by. You definitely want to go for a Seraph's necklace enhance. Ogre ring enhance isn't really worth it, because it's just so hard to get ogre rings, and they're very expensive. I'd say go for Seraph's enhance try to get a try syrups if you can. And then once you've gotten enough syrups, necklaces, and once you've gotten your weapons to at least Tet, then you can start farming for crescent rings. You can start farming for basilisk belts. You can pretty much go wherever you want once you've reached above 180 AP, 170, 180 AP range. You can pretty much go wherever you want and grind, but obviously the more AP you get, the more efficient it's going to be. So that's pretty much it for starters, guys. The private server really isn't that difficult. It's all about just getting it done. If you want to gather your own sharps and hards, here's a location that I recommend you go to. It's called Kasula Farm. You can pick these cotton, no racial, but you're picking cotton and you get a lot of sharps and hards here because this is very fast and quick. You make sure you're gathering levels level 5. Mine isn't even level 5 here, and I'm still going super fast. So imagine if I was one level higher. And you can get a lot of sharps and hards here. It's pretty simple, guys. It's pretty easy. The hardest part is the beginning. Once you've got the ball rolling and you've gotten that AP or you can farm witches quickly, that's when you just start going crazy and the game really opens up. Now the last thing, make sure when you get to level 56 you definitely want to do the combat promotion quest, which is found at Sarma. You talk to these otters on top of Sarma Outpost and they will give you a quest, and when you get this quest you follow it, do everything they say to do, and you need 10 weapon stones and 10 armor stones at the end of it to give to them. And once you do that, you will make sure you pop your 200%, make sure you pop all your EXP buffs, any EXP buff you have, scrolls, everything, because it all stacks. Make sure you pop it all and then talk to these guys, complete the quest, and it will multiply your experience like crazy. You will go from 56 to 60, nearly 61 depending on where you're at. Very free. And then after that, you guys know there's a Voltara training quest and Kamasil, but you have to have a lot of AP and DP to be able to do that. But that will allow you to skip to level 63, which will or beyond, which will give you Kaposha earring and Kaposha ring, which will increase your AP by a lot and also be a good backup for you whenever you start going for those enchants. Obviously you want to continue to level up after you get to level 63, but clearly it's not as necessary as 63 because just the free accessory you get is very good. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have. Hope this guide was helpful. If it was, leave a like and a comment. If you have any tips of your own to drop, make sure you drop them in the comments, because obviously I don't know everything. I only leveled one character, right? But this is everything I did to get where I got to, and a few things I would have done differently if I could go back in time. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Aloha Hero Twitch. It's your boy Hero. See you guys next time.